Tuesday, July 23rd,
Hey.
2024 at 2:30 PM. Okay,
Okay, July 23rd.
okay, number
2:30 in the
2.
afternoon,
Yeah, number 2.
the beginning of the sewer department meeting.
Okay,
Okay.
Your
I'll make a
turn.
motion.
Yep,
I'll make a motion to sign all current bills.
I'll second that.
Motion made and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ratify the payroll for the week ending 7/13 and 7/10. Okay, I'll read the totals.
Yes,
Okay, the total, 7/13/24, $5,818.14. With the overtime, 7/20/24, $6,006.58. I don't know, get overtime on call was $371.94. And overtime call, $1,110.58, as written.
I'll second that.
Motion made in second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next. Number 4.
Okay, discuss and vote on the minutes of July 10th.
Do you want to make a motion to accept them?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as written.
And I'll second that.
Motion made in second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Schedule the next meeting.
Yeah.
Whichever's good for you, Joe.
Okay. Go. And what you gave us in our papers, that's from Ralph, what he's got.
That's basically what
Yeah.
he sent me for his, about,
Okay.
in regards to his report.
Right. I just looked at that too. Whatever. Okay. And I'm kind of at a standstill about the meeting. I don't know if he wants us to have one next week, but we'll see.
I know Jim mentioned, I think if the next meeting is, I think he's not at the meeting, but he said something about if you're gonna have it
No.
on the,
The only thing I gotta do now is I gotta soak my feet
Oh.
in vinegar cider.
Oh, why?
You know, I'm almost back to normal.
Oh, good,
Almost.
good,
I gotta.
good.
The nurses I had, boy, they done a good job.
Hmm. That's what counts. Okay, Lisa, what were you saying?
so Jim, he wasn't sure he'd be able to make it to this meeting,
Mhm.
but he mentioned something about if a meeting's on a Tuesday, I think he meant the couple weeks from today that he would be able to go. He did mention he was gonna be on vacation
When?
in August
Uh-huh.
for a week.
Mhm. You don't know what week, though.
He didn't specify which week. I think it's probably, he mentioned about if there was a meeting that the Tuesday will probably be good, plus I'll have to check the availability of the meeting.
And Tuesday may be good for him, but it's not good for me. I won't be able to meet on Tuesday till probably towards the end of August. And I just told Howie that if I post the meeting for Tuesday, because it's good for David, and it's good for David, but he's not here today. So if I know I'm not coming and I post the meeting for Tuesday and chances are David isn't gonna show up, then you have to cancel. So I figured I would just post it for Wednesday, because Howie said he could get here, so.
I know that, Wednesday there's no issues for me with Wednesday. I know there is a couple of Thursdays coming up where I have stuff scheduled with Vadar. I was going to try to get the sewer bills out in the middle of June, and I actually have something scheduled with Vadar on a Thursday in a couple of weeks.
But if you set a date, your target date, if you get it a little ahead of time, that's all right too.
That's fine. I mean, my target date is August 15th, and I made sure I set it up with Vadar like a little bit over a week, the week before my target date, so that way, you know, in addition to everything else I have to get done, I have enough time to get the bills in the mail, and I can still, so if the date on the bills is August 15th and I mail them
Ahead of
a
time,
couple
it's all
of
right.
days early, that's fine. Like if I put bills in the mail, say on the, 13th or 14th. Because I know when I mailed the last bunch of residential bills out in February, I didn't mail them all on the same date, but there were a bunch of bills I mailed before the 29th, which was the date on the bill.
Okay, how about August 7th? August 7th?
Number 7?
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
Wednesday.
That's what's in first row.
August 7th at 2:30. Is that what you want, Howie, 2:30?
What?
You want 2:30?
Yeah, that sounds
Okay.
good. Well, what date now?
August 7th.
August 7th?
Yeah.
7.
At 2:30.
Still 2:30?
Yep.
Okay. As far as I know, that's good.
Okay. And you got a paper with what Ralph has to say. Did you see that
Yeah,
from Ralph? Okay. And you just told us about the billing,
Yes.
and now with the commercial rates, you haven't gotten,
I haven't heard from Chris. I was gonna try to send the first round of commercial bills out by the end of July. And I actually had something set up with Vadar this week, on the 25th. But if I don't know if I should send Chris a reminder or just, I don't wanna seem like I'm
no, you could
pushing
ask him if he could
Yeah.
possibly do it.
Cause if I don't have the commercial rates on Thursday, at the time of that meeting, I'll have to
Or you could ask
postpone.
Dawn, and as long as it comes out that the way you're billing them is equal to a EDU.
Yes.
Even if it like comes to 2 EDUs they get billed, it's, okay. All right. Any comments and concerns? Old business, did you see how much the school owed us on that old stuff?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And what was that?
With the interest, I think it was around $26,000 that's for the 3 years combined.
Okay. Is that what the interest?
With the interest.
And okay. Now you're working with Ralph on those pumps?
Yes, so Ralph did stop by the office earlier this week. No, mid last week, I'm sorry, mid last week. And he had explained to me that there's a need for, you know, these pumps to be either replaced or fixed. The pumps, he is not sure as to whether or not he can get replacement parts for these particular pumps, or if the actual entire pump needs to be, replaced. So, with regards to the procurement side of things, I'm working with him on that. With relationship to whether or not, you know, it should be replaced, or if it should be just, if it can be fixed with parts, that I don't have any role in that. When it comes to the procurement side of things, as the chief procurement officer for the town, I am playing a role in that, because if he was to replace them, depending on how many pumps he would need, these pumps are could potentially be in the mid $20,000 range.
Right.
So if that's the case, then we would have to follow the procurement laws of acquiring that, and that would be depending on how many he needs, whether or not the particular vendor that he could potentially get these from could be on a state contract. I'm not sure. He's supposed to look into that. If they're not, then we would have to do a public solicitation for these and get 3 written quotes. Solicit at least 3 written quotes, do a formal public solicitation saying, this is the exact scope of what we're looking for, this is the exact piece of equipment we're looking for, post it out there, and see if we can solicit 3 different people. I've explained that to him because of the potential cost of the project. That would need to be followed.
I thought that there was just one company that he could get these from, the
Well,
exact replacement.
Well, if that's the case, he did mention that they're tough to find, and he did find it through this one company. If that company is not on a state list or a state contract, then we still have to do the solicitation, because the potential price, is over a threshold
But if
that
he
requires
can-
it.
If he can get them the exact replacement from one company, and then you put it out and other people respond and they're not the exact replacement,
Well, then
we can still go to the,
yeah, so we would get all the responses, put it out there for a period of time, get the responses, review the responses, and they have to meet the same scope that what is put out there by Ralph.
right.
So if he's looking for specific specs, and they're not the specific specs that they're responding with, then they're not submitting a quote that is the same.
Right.
Hang on for just 1 minute.
John, what I'd do, I'd get somebody from Warren Pump, go down there. That's what they do, they make pumps. They make them.
But there's one company, he can get the exact replacement. I don't know if it's the same company that we got them from
Yeah.
originally, but he was hoping to get it from, so we could have exact replacement, so we wouldn't have to pay Cause they're gonna be 20 or 25,000, and then if we have to pay extra to have them installed, this way it's easier to install if they're the exact replacement.
Well, maybe, the inside part of the pump, maybe they changed that to make it better, you know, instead of the same old pump.
But sometimes they make it better, and then you have to pay a lot more money to get it installed.
Yeah, well,
And then a lot of that plant, the age it is, they just stopped making certain parts. That's why it's so hard, that's why he was happy to see that he
Yeah.
could get an exact replacement.
well,
But-
we might have to, get a new pump, a new style pump, you know?
Oh, don't even go there. If he can get the exact replacement, that's better.
Yeah.
He'll make things go smoother, so
Well,
that would be nice. Cause lately he hasn't been able to get anything that, original,
yeah.
so,
Sorry, I had to take a call from the chair of the,
no problem.
chair of the selectmen.
So he's working on that now, right? It seems like it's taken a while.
Yeah, he was supposed to get back in touch with me with, whether or not that company that he was looking at was on the, state contract.
Right. Where does he find that list, on the computer?
I told him, the company should know, number
Right.
one,
Right.
so you could call the company
Right.
and ask, but, you could also go on to Combis, which is Commonwealth Purchasing, collaborative, and basically type in the company's name and see if they appear on any of the, purchasing, ventures.
Right. It just seems that we talked about this a little bit ago, I haven't talked to you, I talked to Ralph, and it seems like it's taken so long that, so it's just,
Yeah.
but it's just sometimes a few little things, and I know he's got a lot to do down there anyway, so. But, is there anything else you're working with him?
Well, I did make it a point to let him know that I would like to know every week, and I asked him to also include the chair of the sewer commissioners in an email, who's on the on-call, the emergency on-call for the week, and the telephone number, so that, both myself and the chair have access to it in case we get a call.
Right.
For, who is it?
Right.
I realize that it's it rotates, or people
Right.
could swap weeks, or whatever the case may be. So it's a simple email that I've asked Ralph to send to me and to you.
I got that.
So that we can get it every week, so we know who's on. I also did have a meeting with our project over on School Street this past Friday, and I let Ralph know about it. And, we had a discussion about, Ralph was concerned about the manhole covers being covered. Well, they are temporarily covered because of they're not fully covered, but they're not in the proper position. They need to be raised up because they haven't finished the paving job yet. So if there is a need to access them, I said, Ralph is to contact the contractor. And Ralph said that he has the contact information for the contractor if there's an emergency. So that's the
Well, that's
process
good.
that I told him that he needs to follow if there's an issue over there.
Yeah, he has to stay on top of that, because we had an issue years ago where somebody covered them all over. And that wasn't pretty. But we don't want that to happen again, so. But, all right, and our next meeting is gonna be August 7th. That's on a Wednesday?
August what?
7?
I will be on vacation
Okay.
then, yeah, I
Okay.
won't be here on
Okay,
August
well, that'll just
7th.
be a regular meeting.
Yeah.
If you want us to have the other, you can let us know.
You know, there may be a potential, a need for, an executive session in the future.
Okay, so just let us know.
So, you know, we will have to schedule that potentially.
Yeah.
Jim, that situation with the covers, does that include the whole street, or
Yes,
imagine they all got the same,
yes,
when they put that line in, they have done all the same?
yes, so they would have to be raised up, yeah. And the contractor's gonna do that for us, yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
we pave the whole street.
Yeah, okay.
And did Ralph go to that meeting on Friday?
He did not.
Oh, I wonder why.
I don't know.
If he couldn't go, he needs to send,
He should send somebody, yeah.
yeah, I'll have to speak to him about that.
Mhm.
Because I know Sean used to try to, when they told him, he would go
Mhm.
up there. A lot of times they didn't tell him, but when they did tell him,
Mhm.
he made sure he was there. 'Cause
Yeah,
you lose out a lot on
sure,
not going to the meetings.
yeah.
So make a note to tell him that. And I guess, and Lisa's gonna be getting started on the bills because she got her information from the assessors, so,
Okay.
so she'll be able to update her.
So have we
records
set
and-
a hard date of when those bills will be sent out?
Well, I hate
No,
to set
I
a
wanna,
hard date.
I wanna talk to the chair about this.
The 15th, August 15th.
August 15th, okay,
Yeah.
all right. So August 15th, the bills are gonna be going out?
Right,
Okay. All right.
possibly a little before, you know. but
Okay,
the-
all right.
That's a deadline she set for herself,
Okay,
the
all right.
15th. And,
All right.
I don't know. Let's see, what else? And Lisa, we're gonna need to have, the board wants to see the ledgers you have for
Okay.
FY 24,
I
25.
haven't started the one for FY 25. I was putting in an order with W.B. Mason to get a ledger book
Mhm.
for FY 25, so I have not started the one for FY 25.
So maybe by the next meeting, we can see the FY 24.
Sure.
And, let's see what else. And then you're gonna be working on a list of things you do in the office daily, your daily routine.
Is that for the whole thing that
It's-
study there?
It's because right now we wanna know how your day is and what things take up your day the most.
Well, it varies from day to day. Sometimes I get more phone calls and other days it varies.
That's why
depending
you'll
on-
make a chart and let us see it. And then the phone calls, you're keeping record of who calls and about what?
Well, I've been keeping a record of who calls about what. I mean, the phone that we have now does record the phone number and the time of the phone call, so that is on record on the phone. I can go back and retrieve the time and date of a phone call.
And it records your phone calls?
It doesn't record the phone call, but if somebody calls, I mean, for instance, somebody called me right at 8 o'clock this morning about Burbank Avenue, about making a sewer payment, and there's no outstanding balance. I referred it to Dawn because she's the one who handles the payments.
Mhm. Let's see. Howie, can you think of anything? Do you have any questions?
No, not really, everything is, well, a lot of things are in the works. They're in the works, we're working on it. And Jim, with Jim's help.
Right. And we still have to schedule a meeting so Ralph can show up. We need to, it'd be nice to have him here to give us a little more input and,
Do you think the board could do something in the morning again?
we've been trying for that for quite a while now, but, doesn't seem like it can work.
Howie, could you do a meeting in the morning? Late morning?
Yeah, as long as it's not too early, but
10
gotta
or
wait for the donuts to go down.
10 or so?
10,
10?
10 or later, 10.
Uh-huh.
But now we've got one scheduled for the 7th, but do you know how your nurses are gonna be coming in?
Huh?
Your nurses, you said the nurses
Oh.
come in.
Well, if I have a certain date, I can work with that, because I can call them.
Okay.
See, I can call them and tell them, you know, something come up, you know, and I've done it before. You know, they change the date.
All right, so how about on the 7th, we meet at 10? Is that good?
The way it looks now, yes,
Okay. Okay, you
Yeah,
wanna
we
change
can-
it, change your time to 10?
you can double check check with Ralph. Well,
Well, Ralph will be at the plant, oh, I hope he's not
Ralph.
on vacation, he does have vacation
Ralph is
time.
around most of the time. So, is that gonna be a definite
Yeah,
10 o'clock?
yeah.
I'll have to make sure the selectmen's meeting room
Right,
is
well, that's
available.
another thing too, right. That way we can talk to him, if he's got things he wants to talk about, then we can go from there.
Oh, hopefully that's not a day that Ralph is on vacation
Yeah,
or
well-
something.
I'll check with him in the morning and.
Can you check with him, Lisa?
Yeah,
I
can check
will.
with him.
Oh, okay. And then, you know, you may also want to get an update of, as, you know, see where we are with progressing with our mandates from the DEP.
Right.
And, you know, see where we are with that list. You know, I know it was an extensive list, so.
Right, and you were still waiting on a couple things from Ty and Bond.
Yeah, to see where we progress with Ty and
That was
Bond.
Kind of not too good, they've had it too long, and I don't know if the girl just shuffled it aside and
Yeah.
forgot about us, but he's asked her a couple times now.
Yeah.
So, and I don't mean to pick on the girl, but whoever she is, but, maybe they have her with too many other things. Before, we used to have certain people that were kind of assigned to us.
Mm-hmm.
We would just call them and they'd handle everything, but now
Mhm.
it gets farmed out to other people.
Mhm.
Of course, they've expanded, so that doesn't help either. Helps them, not us.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that's it. Any comments or concerns? And we did the old business with the school, what they owe us. Any new business?
No.
School has an outstanding balance still?
The school.
School has an outstanding balance?
And I actually, I got the information from Carrie showing the interest on it, and actually, when I talked to Carrie about it, she said that the new superintendent, has said that they're not gonna pay it. That's what she told me, because she had been sending the notices to the school district and the new.
Did they pay this year's?
Yeah.
They pay, so everything that I billed them between FY 2018 and FY 2024, the full amount of the bills has been paid. There's just that balance left from, there were 3 years that they didn't pay the full amount, FY 15, FY 16, and FY 17. That's where the past due balance is from,
And how much is that total?
I think it's around $26,000 with the interest
For 3 years?
for 3 years.
Yeah, because they didn't pay it all.
And
they
that's,
just-
and that's for both schools.
I was hoping we were gonna have a better relationship with the schools than we have in the past, because there's always somebody that decides they're not gonna pay, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they do that, but we have our history. so. And it's good that they've been paying the whole amount. I mean, I thought this guy was gonna be fine to do it with, but so far so good. He's only been there a year, so that's. So does anybody have anything else? Lisa?
The only thing I thought I brought up that it was on the agenda was about redesigning the abatement application, and the problem is, the abatement application is already full with all the information that's requested and all the information about the deadline and everything. So if I add much more to it, it's gonna go over to 2 pages, and I'd rather not have an abatement application that's 2 pages long, where you have like maybe like, you know,
Right.
you have stuff on page 2, like you only have like a couple of
lines, yeah.
sentences or something on page 2,
Mhm.
so I was trying to play around with it, like the format for the abatement, and see if I can, you know, redesign it to make it clear to people that there's only, even though there's 2 sewer bills, there's only 1 abatement application, so they need to put down, you know, in other words, if they just put the amount down for their first bill, that's not gonna be the correct amount.
Does Vadar have any forms on that?
I would have to check with them.
Maybe you could see what they have and.
And I might just have to do a completely new abatement
Right, but
application.
If you can see what they have out there for other towns, that might help too.
Yeah, I mean, you could call around to some other towns and see what they have for applications, and we could take a look at them.
Okay.
Some towns might even have them online. so. And I thought we were gonna start putting stuff online, like if somebody wants a sewer permit.
Yeah, can you, Lisa, can you put that on the website?
Okay, I'll do that.
And that's a couple pages anyway, so we'll.
That's
Maybe our
actually-
fee schedule on the website too?
Yeah, that could go along there too, because other towns have a lot of stuff on
Yeah.
there. But
Can you get it on your page there?
I'll try.
Okay.
if you can't, maybe somebody can help you. Sometimes you get a little help, it goes faster.
Yeah, update it on the website, you know,
Yeah.
keep it updated. You have your own page, the sewer department has their own page.
Yeah, because our site isn't really up to date, so. it's- I thought at one time only one person was supposed to do that. Is that changed now?
Usually departments can do it on their own.
The one time, like, whoever was in the selectman's office would do it,
Mhm.
and I guess that didn't go over too well. Because, I mean, there's enough work in there to, without adding some more on. So, all right, you want to make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion. Yeah, adjourn at 3 o'clock.
Okay, I'll second that.
Motion made and second, all in favor?
All right?
Aye.